So very recently, a person that I would definitely consider a friend um, unfriended me on Facebook. And this person did not tell me that she was doing it. And she didn't, send me a message or try to repair any kind of um, upset that she was feeling, I guess is what I'm trying to say, or hesitation or unsafety, whatever. I'm not really sure what exactly it is that caused her to unfriend me, but I noticed that she had done that when I was doing an unrelated search, and her name came up on the results, and it showed the little symbol to add her as a friend. And I was like, what? I was really confused because I didn't know that there was any kind of conflict between us or upset. And so I reached out to her and I just told her, like, hey, I'm really confused. We just saw each other recently and I haven't heard anything from you and I want to know what's up. And if you don't know, I'm very, very committed to conscious relationships. Like, I love being able to have friends and for myself to express fully and to be heard and seen. That's always been something that's super important to me. Well, not always, but just recently it's been something that I've been very committed to. And so I reached out to her and she sent me this like 3-sentence, in my eyes, in my lens of pain, bullshit explanation of just saying that she was focusing on herself and the people in her life, in her like immediate life. And that was the reason why she deleted me and just basically told me to have a good life kind of a thing, or hope you're doing well. And again, this is all through a filter of pain. I'm still hurt by it and it doesn't feel resolved or like a great explanation. And also I'm an intuitive, I'm an empath, and like I'm picking up on some other stuff that has been left unsaid, and it doesn't feel good to have somebody I considered a friend give me like a nice answer, because I know that's what she's trying to do. But anyways, so she gave me that response and I felt myself, the moment that I read it, have this like bubble of desperation kind of like rise up to like repair the friendship. And I felt myself kind of go into this like repair mode where I wanted to like desperately like throw things out at her in a way to like bait her to come back and be friends with me. I was feeling a lot of shame coming up too, because of the fact that she ended this friendship, or at least for the moment she's ended it, and not really giving me a real explanation for it, because she didn't delete other people off of Facebook. It was just specifically me. And so I was, instead of acting impulsively and like I normally would do and send a bunch of messages like trying to explain myself and rack my mind about things that, situations where I could have said something to upset her, hurt her, and just basically try to explain myself and say really loving and nice things, which is completely authentic. That part is. But at the same time, it's also done out of desperation, and I'm not going to ignore that either. Desperation to like really save this friendship and to be seen as good, because that's been something that's really big for me. And so I was really just present with the fact that there was this aspect of myself that was feeling desperation to save this friendship and to do anything that she could to gain this person's love again and approval. And when it felt like that aspect had what she needed in terms of like presence and validation and comfort, I made the decision then and there that I'm fucking done chasing people. Like, I've been doing that my whole life with relationships. This pattern has been playing out my whole life, and I just kind of feel like I'm at that point where I'm just fucking done. It doesn't feel good to chase people and to try to make people love me who don't want a relationship with me. And it's still, even talking about it out loud right now and talking about it, it's still really painful because, I mean, there are still aspects of me that are really hurt from this whole experience. But all of these aspects agree and really resonate with just this feeling of not wanting to chase people for their love anymore. And we're just wanting to make room for the people who do love me and appreciate me. And just being present and validating and comforting and loving and nurturing any parts of me that come up that feel the pain of like rejection and shame and abandonment and disappointment and hurt and grief and loneliness. Loneliness has been a really big one for me. You know, I'm holding space for the parts of me that are just feeling a lot of fear of like losing more friendships and like just kind of like a little overwhelmed too by the whole situation. But this exact pattern is something that has happened a lot. It hasn't happened recently since I have attracted more conscious friendships into my life. It definitely happened a lot when I was younger with friends, and it always resulted in me chasing after these people who wanted nothing to do with me anymore, and me just coming from like a space of desperation and really trying to fit like a square in a circle, you know, at that point. Like, when I do get them back, also, it just doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel right. Like, the connection that we once had isn't really there anymore. They're different people. I'm different people. But I think there's just a lot of inner children that are scared, you know, to be abandoned and alone and, you know, just have a lot of pain relative to like relationships. And I just wanted to share this because it's been something that I know has been coming up for a lot of people in my life, and a lot of people can relate to this. And I just want to send the message that it's time to stop chasing people who don't love you and who don't want to be in your life, and you who don't want to be a part of your life. And there's gonna be pain and upset and heartbreak, and that's normal to feel those feelings and to feel that way. The best thing that you can do is to validate those parts of you that feel that way and to be present with them. And if you need somebody to hold space for you, I'm a certified completion process practitioner. I work with people in their subconscious.